hammers. There's all kinds of attributes for the static systems as we see this grow. And needless to say, the static coming to the United States was slow to come. As I say, we built, the market was built on the pneumatic system. And I remember back at the other side when I was over there, they were such a commitment on the air tools, and they had a little 400G, the smaller one, off in the corner. Actually took it to IQ show, and nobody even used it. Just there just to keep the Germans happy. And so nobody ever used it until Mark Maxwell was hired, who now is our tech, and he is basically the one who was instrumental to bringing static pipe bursting to TT Technologies in the States in conjunction with the Germans. And for whatever reasons, he is with us now, and why they let him get away I'll never understand why that happened. But that's my own thing. That's not hammerhead talking. I just believe that this is where the future is, and I'm not saying I'm not doing other stuff, but that's where it's at, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is talk about the different sizes. They've got the 400G, the Mini 400. That's almost insignificant. It's basically a manhole setup system, and it's never really been used. I think maybe on one job in the States, so forget it. As far as in the States that I know of, I don't know about internationally, that's not an issue. It never really worked properly, so that's basically going for Maxwell. The bread and butter is 800G. That's where our competition is. That's where the heart of the market is. And again, you can go in there with that 800G and basically be in the 4-inch all the way up to about 14-inch. And that's where the heart of the market is with us, with our 100, our 125 in that area. They go to the 1250G, the 1900, and then the 2500. Okay, how we line up with those is that and the 1000G is not made anymore, so that should be taken out of there also. Our 125 is going to be just a hair over the 800G is 88 tons, our 100, and then our 125.
And they're all metric ton, right?
Yes.
So 800 is an 880 metric ton.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's metric tons, so an 800G is 88 metric tons, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And then, so our 175 is going to line up right between. We got a little more power than a 1250 and a little less than their 1900. The 1900 is the next one they just brought in. And then the 2500, which we don't have anything that competes with that, but I hope, according to management, we will eventually. The big thing that we're talking about here from TT standpoint is the quick lock bursting rods. And that's an attribute for them in the heart of the market, but in the other areas that we'll talk about in a few moments, the rods are a detriment to them, and we've got a significant advantage when we get to the bigger ones. The 800G, in all reality, the way I look at it compared to our 100, for instance, and we'll talk about it more specifically, but it is a fabulous machine that they have there, and that's the heart of the market, and that's our toughest deal. And basically what we have is our service from you guys in price, because it is a very nice machine, and it's tough competition.
Having that said, guys, we've been working on the last 2.5 years. We've known the 100 ton is the bolt. I mean, that's the machine that replaces 4-inch through 12, 14-inch pipe. So that is going to be the predominant machine. We spent the last 2.5 years working on a new 100A. Not ready to release that right now at this time. I'm going to show you a little bit of video of how it's similar in some instances as he finishes up this presentation. But I do want you to know that probably by summer, I would say for sure, spring if not summer, we'll have a new 100A that's been released, and we put a lot of money and resources to making this a big deal and making it perform. So I'll share that with you as he finishes up.
Jim, 50% of their pits out. This is something that's going to pay for the system before, and it completely blows the competition out. They cannot even get into bed when they talk discounts or pricing. We win hands down. So that's one of the things over there. One of the other things that I'm finding is in Peru, we had lost one system, a used system, to Scandinavia. And the water company right now is actually trying to stop them from using rod systems in sewer because A, all the crap that's on them. B, there's the air quality. They're about 3 meters deep, so 15, 16 feet deep. The country is an earthquake, so they got to spend a lot of shoring, which is not done properly. So there's some issues going on there, and they're actually having to rotate the guys in and out of the pits a lot. lot faster. So, on the pneumatic side, it's still good on the international just for that. Last thing, production time, a cylinder will only go so fast. Okay, if you do an 8-on-8 pipe or a 10-on-10 or 12-on-12 and the ground's faster, we've done them in half an hour, whereas the other one can take you a couple of hours to do that same stretch. So just want to be fair on there because the international guys, you guys are all new at this stuff. So
and